Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to another how to install video on the channel. I know I've done quite a couple of, I know I've done quite a few of these over the past few days. It's just been such a long time since I've actually brought any how to install videos out to you guys, and there have been some pretty solid mods that have come out within the last 6 months that I just felt I needed to cover, and not in the least of it being the new Third Age Reforged 0.95, I believe, that came out like 2 days ago. It's very, very new. It's a total overhaul of Third Age Reforged, and it's actually its own standalone mod now. So you don't even need Third Age vanilla for this to work. So it makes the installation process very, very easy. This shouldn't take too long, I don't think, except for the fact that the extraction point does take quite a while, but I'm just gonna, be quiet and read a book during that point while you guys are getting that installed. But yeah, so basically all you need to do is go to moddb.com and then type in Third Age Reforged, and you should come to this opening screen. Now, for those of you guys that haven't downloaded mods for Medieval 2 before, make sure that you have the Kingdoms expansion, because it looks like the mod has been built on the Kingdoms expansion. So if you guys only have the Medieval 2 and not the expansion pack, this mod will not work for you guys. But I think on Steam it's like an extra $12 or something, so all bundled together I think it's under $25. But yeah, they're just outlining, kind of all the things that have been going on. Again, over here it's telling you make sure to have Medieval Kingdoms. But yeah, so let's go to the Files section right at the top of the screen. If we're on the Summary tab, you just move over to the Files section. And then when this loads up here, there you go. So 0.95 standalone. It was just actually yesterday that it came out. Or actually, by the time this uploads, it'd be 2 days ago. So very, very new. And this is the best part. So we no longer need to download Third Age Total War for Third Age Reforged to work. So go ahead and click on that there. And this is a very, very large file. It's 5.52 gigabytes, and that's in its compressed state. So make sure to confirm this file size here, because then when you hit the download now button, when you look in your downloads folder later when it's finished, you want to make sure that it's the correct file size. If you're missing any of these files, then the game will probably not work. So you better delete it and then restart with the download. So you just got to go ahead and hit the download now button here. And then in the bottom left-hand corner, if you're using Chrome, it should pop up with the file. Don't close the window before the file comes up, though. So there we go, I closed it, and you can see Third Age Reforged is starting to download. Now, I've already got this file, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel it. And if you guys do not have these three little books insignia here, and it's just a blank white piece of paper, basically what that means is that you don't have any extraction software. So you haven't downloaded WinRAR or WinZip or 7-Zip. And it's very, very easy to do, so while that's downloading for you guys, just open up a new tab and go to Google. And then you basically just have to type in WinRAR, W-I-N-R-A-R, download. And a ton of results are going to come up here. Like this second one is really good, winrar.com /download. And once it loads in, you can see that there is a number of languages that it comes with, but the English one is fine. So I have a 64-bit Windows, so this is the one that I choose here. So you basically just have to click on the English and then just click download. And then once this file is finished, then you can open it with WinRAR. Because this is not the file that you download and then drag over into your folder. This is a compressed file. So you need software to be able to extract it to the appropriate folder. So we can go ahead and click exit on that. And you guys can just pause the video here. And then once that file has finished downloading, then you can unpause the video again. But now that this is all finished here, I'm going to go ahead and just close that because we don't need it. And we can actually close ModDB as well. We don't really need that either. So now what we need to do is go into our File Explorer and into our downloads. And for those of you guys that are on Windows 7, if you click on My Computer, you should have the downloads pop up somewhere. And here is the Third Age Reforged 0.95. If it is still a little white piece of paper like this, just go ahead and right-click and then click Open With. you won't have WinRare here. It should be like open with dot dot dot, and then you should be able to select WinRare in that drop down section. And then every other time you download a full file like this in the future, it should automatically have the 3 books like WinRare does. But yes, so just click on it one time and then look on the bottom. You can see I've got 5.52 gigabytes, which is exactly the amount I had from the download section. So all we have to do is go ahead and double click on this. And WinRare is going to come up and ask me to pay for it probably. Or I don't know exactly what that is, but we can get rid of that. And here is the Third Age Reforged, but we don't want to like drag this anywhere. Just go up to the top and hit Extract to. And then this is where it's going to be a little bit tricky. This always kind of throws people for the loop a little bit. Now, this really depends on which hard drive you have actually installed Medieval 2 on. For most people, they put it on their local C drive, their main drive. So for Steam users, it's going to be local C, program files 86, Steam, Steam apps, common, and then you'll see Medieval 2 in this list, and you can click Medieval 2 and then click mods. I don't have it on this drive, but I was just illustrating it for you guys. For non-Steam users, it should be local C, program files 86, and then you should have a Sega folder, and then Medieval 2, and then mods. But for me, because I'm special, I put all my games on my G drive, which is G for games. So just double clicking on there, I'm going to go through the Steam apps common, just like you guys. And then here is my Medieval 2 right here. So double click on that, and then you should have a mods folder. But don't double click to open it like this. Just keep it locked like that. Just make sure that you've selected it so it shows mods at the top, at the very end. So just confirm this and also memorize it. Make sure you know where you're extracting these files to. Don't forget where this is going, okay? So just go ahead and click OK. And then this is going to start the downloads or the extraction of the Third Age Reforged. And it does take a bit of time, so I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit and leave the progress bar going for you. And there we go. So that should be finished now, so we can go ahead and close WinRare. We shouldn't need it. And now that we have our File Explorer still open, or if you don't, just open it back up again. And we need to go and check where that folder went. So remember I told you guys to remember where that is. So for you guys that have it in your local C drive, go back through the file steps. But I'm going through my G drive here because I want to make sure that it's gone in the right spot. And there we go, Third Age Reforged 0.95. And we've got all of these folders here. So basically what we need to do now is we actually need to install it. So that's just the folder. We haven't actually installed anything now, okay? So go ahead and double click, and then click on this little application icon here. It's got the little helmet with it. So if you go ahead and double click on that, and it should actually start. It's saying, yep, it needs to open. So go ahead and click yes. And we're going to click install. And this is what's going to take quite a long time. So you guys just be patient, and I'll be back with you once this finishes. Alright guys, so almost 10 minutes later, and that is finally finished. And if you guys are wondering why I showed you 10 minutes of a progress bar, it's just my open policy when doing, and installing mods. I like you guys to be able to follow along almost to the letter, just to avoid any confusion. But now that you've reached this finish setup step, we can just finish there. And then if we go back, you can see that we have a Third Age Reforged folder here. And if you click on that, we've got all of these files over here. So just make sure that you have everything the way you see it, just like this, then that nothing's missing. And then the Third Age Reforged Windows batch file, that's the one that we're going to be using to launch the game. So I'm going to cut it here, and then we're going to load it back up once Third Age Reforged has loaded. Alright guys, so welcome to Third Age Reforged, and as you guys can see on the bottom, it says multiplayer only, so I don't believe that if you go into single player, you cannot play the Third Age campaign or the Fellowship campaign through this mod. It's just the custom battle multiplayer battle. Now if you guys did want a good campaign, I recommend just installing the vanilla Third Age, or if you would like to have a more in-depth campaign, there's the Divide and Conquer mod. It's a sub-mod for Third Age Total War, which I also have a video of on the channel. But we're just going to jump into a custom battle just to show you that everything's working. And I don't really care what map this is, so we'll just go ahead and hit OK. And they did actually add a few factions in. We've got Rebels that we can play as, and the Rudar, I believe. If I mispronounce that, apologies. But we've got the Realm of Linden, which I don't believe was playable, and Cardalan as well, which looks new. So let's just load up the Realm of Linden here and see how they look against Rohan, sure. And it looks like we got some Forlindian pikemen here. We've got some sword masters, some Mythilan nobles on chariot. Let's take a look at them. And what else do we want? Some wardens. Let's get... oh, I spent too much money there. Some wardens and... let's get some of those archers. It really doesn't matter. And then let's get some Eastmark axemen to go against us. And here we go, loading in without any trouble whatsoever. And, oh yeah, I always forget it's not WASD with this, but let's basically just select. And there we go, guys. So everything does seem to be working. Oh yeah, I forgot my chariots too. I want to take a look at them. Let's actually get them to charge right in. I don't know if those are... yeah, they actually seem to be working fantastically. Oh, except I ran into all my own guys. Hopefully they all get up. Yeah, it looks like they do. Well, let's get this charge in right before we cut the video. Wow, that is deadly. They just storm right through like that. That is insane. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more how-to videos in the future. And I will see you in the next one.